Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can automate the process of auditing and creating a report for externally shared file on a specific Google shared drives. For our demo purpose, I've already gone ahead and created a boilerplate flow to load a list of shared drives we'd like to audit. I am keeping a list on a Google Sheet. This list obviously can come from a Zenphi table or from any other sources, data sources that you may have. At the same time, you could also decide to audit all the shared drives in your environment. But for demo purpose, we're just using gonna audit those two shared drives. The first action here, of course, I've gone ahead and created a flow. This flow, given it a timer trigger, is going to run once a week. And the first action, I've used a read rows action to load all those rows, two rows actually from Google Sheet. And then I've added a for each loop to loop through any those Google Drives that we have identified in the sheet. As I mentioned, instead of using the Google Sheet, if you wanted to audit all the shared drive, you can use list shared drives action, and which is going to list all the shared drives in your workspace, and then you can look through those ones. Okay, let's get started. Now that we've looked into each shared drive, for each shared drive, we want to use an action called shared files. There's an action called this user shares files. The reason we call it user shares files because you need to execute the action on behalf of a user, meaning that you need to specify a connection which is of type service account connection with delegated admin access. I've already created one. If you don't know how to create one, click plus button and follow the guide through to create one. We need to specify a user. I'll come back to this in a sec, but first I want to walk you through the rest of the setting, what kind of sharing type you're interested into returning. I'm interested into to get a list of the files which are shared with a link and the files which are shared with external email addresses. And where am I going to look for this? A specific shared drive, and this is a shared drive ID. It's coming from the for each item. And since we have specified we're interested into getting the files which are shared with external email addresses, we have to indicate which are the domains we consider internal domain. So for in my case, test.zenphi.com is the one that I consider internal. I could come and add more if I need to. A few more settings to configure here. I select the file. I'm interested only to look for the files, exclude the trash item, and one final thing, because we have selected a specific shared drive, we have to set our corpora to drive. Now, coming back to the to this setting, user email setting, because you need to execute that on behalf of a user who is a member of that shared drive. So we need to get one of the members of that shared drive, so and execute on that user's behalf. So in order to do that, I go and say list permissions. I want to list permissions for a specific shared drive ID. So now that I execute that, I get a list of permissions. Here I get the email addresses of the people. Let's see, list shared drive members. I've got all the members, but what I'm interested in finding a member who has got a file organizer or organizer permission, meaning it's either a manager or content manager. So if you look at the output, I'm going to get a list of permissions. So it's going to have something here called role. And if I zoom in a bit, the role, the possible values are owner, organizer, or file organizer, writer, commenter. For shared drives, the manager translate to organizer, the content manager translate to file organizer. So I just want to get one of those. So we've got another really powerful action in Zenphi called query collection, which enables you to execute a query against a collection. So I'm going to go here and select the permission permissions, enable filtering, and here I go and say, give me an item whose role is organizer or whose role is file organizer. That's okay. And I'm only interested in the first item. I just need one of those users. So say get a member with organizer row. So if I look at the output of this action, it's going to give me one member. Now that I've got that, I can execute this list users shared files on behalf of that user. So let's go here, select, and email address. So I execute list user shared files. Basically, it's better rename it use shared drives shared file on behalf of this user. And now that we've got a list of files, I just want to add it to a Google Sheet. I've already gone ahead and created a Google Sheet template. It's got a few columns here. I'm going to copy the ID of the sheet because I'm going to do a trick. Control C, let's go back to Zenphi. Now that I've got them, I go add multiple rows to this sheet. Let's just start configuring it. File ID, I temporarily put this file ID because I just need to load the column names rather than me typing them manually. This is a reason. I'll show you. I load all the columns. Now I can go ahead and delete. So, well, first thing I want to do, I want to make a copy of that template, copy item. So each time I execute it, I want to create a new copy of the template. Copy template file. Copy. I can select the file from here or just paste the ID because I've got the ID now. I'm gonna paste it. Destination folder. Let me go here. Variable use cases. Yeah, that's a folder I'm interested in. So I select the folder, and I just call it generated report. That's pretty much it. Now I've got a file. Let's go configure. And now that I've got a copy of the template file, this is actually I want to add the rows to that file. So I go and select the file, copy ID, and the sheet name was sheet 1. And let's just start mapping the collection because we want to add multiple items. That's the output of a list shared drives shared files. Let's just start configuring it. The drive ID comes from the for each item because I'm looping through all the drives. The same for the drive name. However, the rest of the values come from the collection I'm mapping. File ID, file name, view link, has link sharing. If you scroll all the way down, link sharing, has link sharing, has email sharing, expand, scroll all the way down, external email sharing, that's like this value I want to call out. We could have enabled the domain sharing as well if we were interested to finding out if any file is shared with domain access. And one final thing is that all the email addresses these are shared with. Select, and that's pretty much it. So let's press save and let's do a test run. Let's start testing it. So just to recap, it's going to load all the drives that we need to audit from this Google Sheet. And for each one of them, gonna execute the action to find the externally shared file on each one of the drives. And what it's going to do is going to make a copy of the template. Okay, it's created two reports, one per drive. Let's look at the first one. The first one is for HR Drive. It's found one file which is shared externally, and that's through email sharing, shared with this email address. And let's go to the second one. This is for the demo zombie drive, which is found two files shared externally. One is shared through link sharing, one is shared with email sharing with this email address. So for our demo purpose, I just kept it to that, generating the reports, but obviously you can take this forward. You can send this report to IT or an owner of that shared drive to review. You can decide to automatically revoke access, delete those sharings from these drives, or you can convert this to a PDF, archive it somewhere. So the choice is yours. Zenphi gives you the flexibility to act on to report and act on these files the way it suits your organization. Well, hopefully you find that useful, and please let us know if you've got any questions or suggestions. Thank you very much.